And Black Pop TV yet again. Thanks for coming back to Black Pop TV. We got something special for you girls and guys and everybody who loves art. And I know everybody loves art because most apartments, parties that I've been to, or even like concerts that I've been to, even like horse racing I've been to, has so much beautiful aesthetics via the arts. Anyway, we have absolute delight today. We are in one of the most emerging art schools in Denmark at the moment. I meet this lovely lady here, who I'm going to allow to introduce herself. If you look at the guys over there and tell them your name and where we are right now.
Yeah, I'm Camilla Strandskov and I'm the head of Copenhagen Art School. And it's a very cool place in Copenhagen. Yeah.
You know that. You know that it's got to be cool because you know if I'm here, Mr. Black Pop, you know it's cool. So we're gonna talk about, or get to know you at least, right? Tell us a little tiny bit about your background. Where are you coming from?
Yeah, how long do you want me to go back?
Well, we don't need a novel, just an elevator.
Okay, okay. Actually, when I think of what has been relevant for me is, when I look back, my father was a very great entrepreneur.
Oh, was he? So he was a businessman?
Yeah.
What about your mother? What was your mother do?
She was normal, and she helped him with his family, with his company.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And has there been any creative people in your family?
Yeah, my father was very creative and a very good painter.
Well, I suppose one has to be creative to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, yeah.
Creatively come up with ideas all the time.
Yeah. And then when I was young, I didn't know what I was going to do, so I started to take some short education in basic office and finance. And when I was finished with that, then I was getting very bored. And I knew that I had to do something much more creative.
Yeah.
So I started to, after some while, get into some creative classes. And I started to paint. Yeah. And then I started at Copenhagen Art School. So I'm actually a former student myself.
Okay. So who started this joint? Who started this place?
This place got started in 1971.
71?
Yeah, from a very...
I was 3, how old was I? I was about 45 years old.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And it was started by 3 guys, and one of them kept on going with this.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, is it a private school, or can one? How did you get in here? Can you get a grant, for instance? How does the politics go with sort of entering?
Yeah, we are
this school.
When people are going to send an application, then they send some pictures of their work and a short description of why they want to study here, their motivations, and what are their plans for the future. And that's what we are looking at.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we think a motivation is very important to be a student here. And we have very dedicated and very motivated students. Yeah. They are taking their praxis very seriously.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. How many students do you guys accept annually, per year? Would you say, roughly? 20, 30, 40?
Maybe about 100.
About 100?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's really good.
So this is a foundation course.
For the next step.
For the next step,
yeah. See.
So you have to practice to get into the Royal Academy, the art colleges.
So this can be used as a platform to get into the Royal Academy, for instance.
Absolutely.
If you guys, you don't have to go to the Royal Academy, and trust me, guys, listen to this. Yeah, I know, and I know you know this. People that know me, I know so many artists out there, all around the world. Yeah, some of them, a lot of them, did not go to art school, and I'm not telling you guys don't read your book, don't get academical, because yes, you must have something to fall back on. Yeah, and art, to be an artist these days, it can be a career. Anyway, back to you, my darling. Next thing I wanted to ask you is, what would you say? What kind of school is this? There are some art schools that I know that sort of dedicate their practice to helping, I don't know, fine artists, for instance. You know, fine art movement. Yeah. How would you best refer this practice?
I think it has been an art school for 35, almost 40 years only, and people have also been working with design and architecture.
Okay.
And when I took over this place 4 years ago, then after 2 years I started a writing course also. And it has been very well known and accepted around Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So I think we have some very good foundation courses in writing, art and design, architecture, and now art writing. It's a new stuff on our program. Yeah.
People, sometimes I can't believe I've been here 9 years. I've been in Copenhagen. It's been amazing though. But here's the joke, In Copenhagen, in Denmark, I found out the hard way. I needed to hire somebody to write up an exhibition. An art writer, we call them in England and America, and Germany and France. However, in Denmark, I couldn't, and this was back in 2006, I couldn't find anyone. I mean, it was just like, what? Who? When? Why? I'm like, an art writer.
Yeah, like, it's a very new thing in Copenhagen.
It's fantastic that you guys are really,
you don't see that any
pioneering that.
There isn't any other place in Copenhagen where you see that actually.
So that is actually the USP here, the unique selling point. Art writing, right here. That's where you can learn that.
Yeah, I've just been participating.
I know. I love to hear my little son say that. Try to say that.
Yeah, thank you.
But yes, you've been participating.
In a workshop with Maria Fusco.
Okay.
And she's a pioneer. She's from Goldsmiths with art writing.
Yeah, Goldsmith. I love that school.
It was very inspiring. So I think we have to bring that to Copenhagen. Yeah.
Perfect. Leading on from that anyway, I'd like to know, I mean, how do you find like the international market? Of course you want to appeal to international students, right? Because your infrastructure's been in place for about 40 years now. How are you guys finding international students? Do you get a lot of them? Yeah?
Actually, it's our first year now.
Is it really?
With the international foundation course. It started in September, and we have already got students from England, Spain, Norway, Sweden. So I think it's a very good start.
Yeah. That's really exciting.
I think the international market is very positive about international art school in Copenhagen.
Yeah, hello, girlfriend, Danish design is off the chain, man, and also the fact that the world knows Denmark so much more now because you guys have been voted like so time and time again the best, safest nation in the world, happiest nation in the world, and all that.
I also think that many international students would like to come to Copenhagen, and also international professional artists. We can see that they are also coming to Denmark just to work.
Absolutely. I'm really passionate about what you're talking about. Super, you cannot understand how passionate I am about it, because about building bridges, sort of inviting, I've been effortlessly trying to invite, quite large name artists as well as emerging ones in other countries here, and they always, like 9 out of 10, they always say yes. 9 out of 10. Why? I don't know. It's not as though Denmark has not been on the map It has. We've got like those heroic figures, iconic figures like Arne Jacobsen and Paul, and everybody knows them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it's not a new thing that Denmark has been at the forefront of design.
No.
But it's just suddenly emerging that there's so many talented international artists that really would like to do something.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
You find it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, where do you see your school going in the future?
I see that we are a part of that internationalization and between the Danish cultures and the international cultures. Yeah. And also, I also see that in the future when we have a lot of international students, a big growth and maybe new location and bigger network, and also some partnership and cooperation with other schools around the world. Yeah. So I think I'm very positive.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm so happy for you and very proud that you guys are taking leaps.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is a leap.
Yeah, and we are the first international art school in Denmark. We don't have that kind of foundation courses in Denmark.
I noticed that too.
Yeah. So I think it could be very interesting for international students to come to Denmark and study foundation, and then maybe go back and go to another country. Because I think that's very important if you want to be an artist or a writer. Then be an international
one. Absolutely. Yeah. So do you actually have any brand ambassadors?
Oh yes, I have very many.
Give us a name drop a little bit.
Of course, we have all our former students. They are priceless.
Absolutely.
Because we have many of our students comes from by mouth of word. So it's very important. And then we also work with two very talented guys, Nivo and Sally from Izip company. And I trust them a lot, so I just do what they tell me to.
Brilliant. So, who's your favorite artist and why?
I think that's.
I know you probably got no. It's always a hard one.
It's a very hard one. I have many. I have been inspired by so many. But if I have to mention just one who have been very, important for me, then I have to say the Danish artist Taver.
Yeah, he's cool actually.
He's so cool. I like his work.
People.
Yeah. Because he's so playful. I like his playful and I like the texture in his work, and he makes it look so easy. I like that. And you know what? He's actually a former student from Copenhagen Art School.
Stop that! Really? I didn't know that. Guys, Google Tal, T-A-L-R. This dude is like he's dope, man. His work is like kind of off the chain. You can find some of his works in London, New York, I believe. He's an Israeli guy. That's how I got to hear about him when I was in Tel Aviv, and some guys told me about this artist, and I was like, wow, this guy's cool. His work's amazing. Tal people, and he started right here.
Now he's a very big international.
He's up there.
Yeah.
He is up there, man. All right.
So I think that's very beautiful advertised for this school.
It's fantastic. It's really good. So I mean, who's the most interesting person in Denmark for you then?
That's also very hard.
Who's kind of inspired you?
Actually, it's a very big pressure to put on the shoulder of one.
I know, but I mean, of course, you've worked around lots of inspiring people, man. So
I have to say, Bjørn Borden. He is the former head of the school.
Okay.
He's the founder of it, and he is so gifted, very talented, and very beautiful person. He gives a lot to others, and I became very close friends with him. I miss him. He has been inspiring so much, and he has been giving me so much. And this place. And I also think that he has had a very big influence on the Danish art scene.
Art scene,
He has been helping so many young artists.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
We'd love to meet him one day, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds like a true brother. We like that.
Okay.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Say one more thing. Do one more thing for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I need you to look in the camera and say Black Pop TV.
Yeah. Black Pop TV.
Peace and love.